Today's video I'm going to be talking about test driving a vehicle. Just going through really quick, just some basic what I do when I'm taking a vehicle for a spin and checking for problems. I do this usually before I do a visual inspection on the vehicle, and look at the outside of the car, give it a quick, exterior visual inspection. Jump inside. It's best to start it cold so you can hear things like timing chain rattle and stuff like that. Make sure you don't have any instrument cluster malfunctions, any kind of malfunction lights on. You can check the climate control, make sure everything's functioning properly there. Make sure your radio is working like it should. Take the car for a spin. Higher speed like this, you want to check for obviously wheel bearing noise and tire noise and stuff like that. Isolate the difference, move the car side to side. Usually wheel bearings will get louder or louder than quieter when you move the car side to side at a steady cruise. And when you do that same thing, if you have a loud rotational noise, tires usually aren't influenced as much by loading the car side to side. So just check for that. This one has slight tire noise, nothing crazy, but you notice it more actually at low speed. So it's a good idea to go faster, check for imbalances, vibrations, things like that. Accelerate so the car downshifts. Pay attention to transmission shift points. Make sure the car nothing unusual happens with that. And also feel for vibrations when you're accelerating at high speed and also braking at a higher speed. If you have a high speed vibration while braking and you only notice it when you're coming down from a greater speed, then it's you have a warped rotor or something like that. But you also want to, when you're accelerating, if you have a vibration that is not there when you're coasting, then it's likely you have a CV joint on something, an axle or a center bearing on a drive shaft or something like that going on, some kind of rotational, a play and something with the drive line. But yeah, so just basic things to check when you're driving the car around. You want to go low speed and try to find some roads that are kind of in rough shape if you can. It's easy around here. But yeah, hit little potholes and manhole covers and things like that, and kind of rock the car side to side and listen for clunks and rattles and creaks and stuff like that. And if you can get going slow like this and kind of stab the brake pedal, you can feel for thrust arm bushing condition and stuff like that. If you feel a heavy shifting in the front, then you want to check your thrust arm bushings when you have it up in the air. But yeah, also just try to go over bumps. Listen to any kind of unusual noise that you hear, and then that'll point you in you'll be more particular during your inspection to look for issues that you notice during the test drive versus the other way. And just it's a little bit nicer to sometimes I'll look at a car and I won't really notice anything, and I'll take it for a spin, and then with the weight of the car actually on the road, I'll notice something. So then I have to drive it after the inspection, then bring it back in again and look at it again and try to find the problem. And it's just kind of double handling the situation. So it's usually best to test drive it first. But yeah, you want to, if you can get going even higher speed, that's nice to check tire imbalance and stuff like that. But low speed, usually you notice a shifted belt in the tire, and you'll be more likely to notice suspension problems at lower speed. So that's it. Just some basic things to look for when you're test driving a vehicle. Appreciate you watching. Thanks.